Welcome back to AI Brief. We're diving deep into AI and robotics. This is episode 88, and as always, I'm joined by Leia.
Hey everyone.
Today, we've got a lot to unpack, from brand new AI models coming out of some of the big players to some pretty cool developments in robotics, plus some AI tools you can start using right away.
Let's kick things off with Oracle. They've launched their AI Agent Studio, and this is particularly interesting if you're already working with their Fusion Cloud applications, because it's all about building and managing AI agents right inside that ecosystem.
So it sounds like they're trying to make it easier to bring AI into the workflows you already have. What does that actually look like? What are these agents doing?
Well, they've got these pre-built agent templates that work with natural language prompts for things that a lot of businesses need, like, say you've got a new sales opportunity, you could have an agent automatically generate a quote for you, or if you're dealing with something complicated like shift scheduling, they've got an agent for that too.
That's really interesting. A lot of businesses could save a lot of time with that. But what if their needs are a little different? What if they need something more customized?
Well, that's where the flexibility comes in. Oracle says you can customize over 50 of their pre-built agents. You can feed them your own documents, give them access to special tools, you can even add your own prompts, or connect them to your own systems using APIs.
So you can really tailor these AI agents to how your business actually works.
Exactly. And they've also got this thing called agent team orchestration. It's not just about individual agents, it's about having multiple agents working together. They can even have points where humans need to review and approve things.
So you're really building out a whole AI-powered system for your business processes.
That's right. And for those who are wondering what's actually powering these agents, Oracle gives you a few different choices. They have language models like Llama and Cohere, which they've optimized specifically for Fusion applications.
So they've done the work to make sure those models are ready to go.
Yeah, but if you need something even more specific, something built for your industry, you can actually integrate external models as well.
Wow. So a lot of options. And since it's built directly into Fusion, it should be pretty easy to connect to your existing data and tools.
That's what they're saying. They also say you can make secure connections to third-party systems as well.
It seems like Oracle is really going all in on making AI easy to use and customized for their customers. And what's really interesting is that they're not charging extra for it.
So for those who are already in the Oracle ecosystem, this could be a huge boost for their automation and productivity.
Absolutely. And the barrier to entry is getting lower and lower. Now let's switch gears a bit and talk about what's happening in China. Tencent just launched their T1 reasoning model.
Yeah, Tencent, that's a massive tech company, and they're definitely making moves in AI. This T1 model is getting attention for its speed. It can respond to queries really quickly, and they're also emphasizing how well it can handle long documents.
So efficiency is definitely a key factor here. But what about reliability? How do we know the information it's giving us is accurate?
They're saying it maintains a very clear and logical flow in its responses, and it keeps the rate of hallucinations very low.
Hallucinations, meaning those times when an AI gives you incorrect information, which can be a big problem.
Exactly. So they're focusing on making sure T1 is giving you reliable answers.
That makes sense. Reliability is crucial when you're dealing with important decisions. How does T1 stack up against some of the other leading AI models out there?
Well, it's actually built on Tencent's own Turbo S foundational language model. And they claim that Turbo S is actually faster at processing queries than DeepSeek's R1 model.
Okay, so they're really putting an emphasis on speed with this one.
They are. And on top of that, T1 has performed really well on a bunch of different industry standard AI benchmarks, which shows it has strong reasoning capabilities.
So it looks like Tencent is really becoming a major player in AI, especially within China, and they're focusing on speed and reliability as key differentiators. Now, shifting gears again, let's talk about a collaboration between MIT and NVIDIA. They've developed a new AI tool called HART, which stands for Hybrid Autoregressive Transformer. It's designed to generate high-quality images, but much faster than what's currently possible.
And when we say faster, we mean significantly faster. It's actually about 9 times quicker than the current state-of-the-art diffusion models for image generation.
9 times faster, that's a huge leap forward. How are they achieving that kind of speed while still maintaining image quality?
Well, they're actually using 2 different types of AI models in combination. First, an autoregressive model quickly figures out the overall structure of the image, like the basic outlines. Then, a smaller diffusion model comes in and adds all the fine details, making it look more realistic.
So it's a two-step process: quick creation of the structure, followed by detailed enhancement. And they're saying the results are comparable to or even better than what we see from the leading diffusion model.
That's what they're claiming. Same quality or better, but in a fraction of the time. And here's what's really exciting. HART is efficient enough to run on devices with limited processing power, like laptops and smartphones.
So it's not just for those with high-end hardware. That could open up a lot of possibilities for developers and everyday users. What kind of applications are they envisioning for HART?
They're talking about things like training autonomous vehicles, where you need to generate tons of visual data quickly, and also for content creation, where speed is obviously really important.
So for people working in those fields, HART could be a game changer. Now let's move on to some other notable developments in AI and robotics.
NVIDIA's CEO, Jensen Huang, recently said that we've entered the age of generalist robotics. And to support that, they unveiled Groot N1, which is an open-source foundation model designed specifically for humanoid robots.
That's really interesting. Humanoid robots are definitely becoming more advanced. What else are we seeing in that area?
Well, Figure AI just announced their BotQ factory, and this is a high-volume production facility for humanoid robots. Their goal is to produce 12,000 robots per year initially, scaling up to 100,000 within the next 4 years.
Wow, 100,000 robots. That's a massive scale. They must be pretty confident in the future of humanoid robots.
They are. Their long-term vision is actually to have robots building other robots.
So it's really a full-fledged bet on the future of automation. We're also seeing a lot of creative new approaches in robotics. Researchers at UC Berkeley designed a one-legged robot inspired by squirrels.
A squirrel-inspired robot, that's not something you hear every day.
It can hop and balance on narrow surfaces, which could be really useful for things like disaster rescue or even exploring other planets.
And then there's Neura Robotics in Germany. They're launching their third-generation humanoid robot, the 4NE1, next June.
So we have robots inspired by nature and robots designed for more general purposes. It seems like the whole field of robotics is exploding with innovation.
And let's not forget about biohybrid robots. MIT engineers developed a new technique for growing artificial muscles in hydrogels.
Biohybrid robots have always seemed like something out of science fiction. What makes this development so important?
Well, these artificial muscles can actually flex in multiple directions, just like real muscles. They even use them to create a model of an iris that can dilate and constrict.
That's incredible. It sounds like a major step towards making biohybrid robots a reality.
It is, and the key is that they're using 3D printers to create these muscles, which means it can be scaled up relatively easily.
So we could see robots with much more natural and fluid movements, and this technology could also have applications in medical prosthetics.
Exactly. Now, before we wrap up, let's highlight a few AI tools that people might find useful.
We're seeing a lot of platforms like Arcee Conductor, which helps developers save money by sending their prompts to the most cost-effective AI model.
And then there's Liner, an AI research tool that's getting attention for its accuracy and fact-checking.
Accuracy is definitely important when you're dealing with information overload. What else is trending?
There's Sprout Social, an all-in-one social media platform with AI features for marketing, and DeskSense, which is an AI assistant that can help with problem solving, coding, and content creation. Getty Images now has an AI image generator that lets you create custom visuals from text prompts.
Sounds like a useful tool for anyone who needs to create visuals quickly.
And for those of us who spend way too much time in meetings, there's MeetGeek. It can record, transcribe, summarize, and even pull out insights from your video calls.
Wow, that's a lot of automation. What about for marketing teams?
Hopey Copy can help generate content specifically for email campaigns, and FeedHive helps manage social media content at scale.
It's amazing how many different tasks AI can now help with. The pace of innovation in this field is just incredible.
It really is. We're seeing new capabilities and tools emerging all the time.
Well, that brings us to the end of our deep dive for today. We hope you found it insightful. To stay up to date on all things AI, be sure to follow and share AI Brief with your network.